bossing me around. Right, okay, we're live. Just wait a couple of minutes.
Oh dear.
Just wait for people to jump on, if anyone's going to jump on. Let me just check now. I always like to make sure because I don't trust technology.
I have to get notifications, so.
Oh, have you? Okay, cool. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm live. If Ola jumps in, then I can let her in. I think she's a little bit nervous because she was like, well, can I have all the questions beforehand? It's like, well, I'm just going to ask you how the course was. So almost like what you do in the testimonial. So it's not going to be, you know, that much. Right. Nobody's jumped on yet. That's fine. I always find it hard to judge when to do lives. That's something that I think lockdown has made it harder, because normally going live would always be nighttime.
Yeah.
It's finished work, but everyone's routine is that all over the place that it's actually hard to get a good following, because it's, you know, because everyone's routine is just all to shit basically, isn't it? How are you getting on with your diaries? Have you got your people booked in yet?
I've got a waiting list for me to get in touch with them, but because it's only a provisional date as I see it at the minute, because Boris can still change his mind at the minute, can't he? So I've just said, stand fire till end of the month, till end of March.
Yeah.
And then I'll start booking you in, because then I've got a 2-week window to get people booked in.
Same.
Have you done the same?
Yeah. I just couldn't bring myself to rearrange another diary, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. The thing is, all my bookings are done online and kind of automated, so everyone's paid deposits. So all I have to do is just grab and drag them. But I've grabbed and dragged them so many times. But I'm just gonna, because if I don't move them, because part of the program that I've got is, if on that day that they're booked in, they'll then get all their email aftercare and everything. They'll then be on an email journey. So if I don't move them, they'll be getting the wrong information, so I have to move them each time, you know. So, right, okay, I'm going to do my intro now, and then we'll just start. Yeah. I'm nervous for you guys. I'm never nervous on shit like this, but I'm hearing you breathing and having your moments. Okay.
It's like deep breath.
Yeah.
Hi guys, this is Essjay Hartshorn and welcome to BBB, Beauty Business Builder. This is another podcast, another video, and quite an exciting one actually, because I have with me 2 of my recent students that came on my free 5-day business accelerator. So I wanted to get these guys on board just to share with you guys what they have basically got from the course, and how they've used this, lockdown to its advantage, how they've embraced this. And I think this is also something that we need right now, because I think we are going into a completely new era of the personal care industry, and I think this is where it's going to separate. It's going to separate the industry. You know, people that are going to embrace this and leverage what they do is going to set apart from the competition. So I wanted this only a really chilled out interview with 2 ladies, but I wanted to share their stories with you today. So if it's the first time listening and watching, then you may want to obviously stay tuned, but you may want to go back to the beginning, because I do give some really good, valuable strategies and tips throughout all my podcasts. And if you are a keen listener, then thank you for keeping in touch and staying tuned. So firstly, I'd like to welcome Antonia. Hi, Antonia, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, very well, thank you. So tell me just a little bit about yourself, what you do. Yeah, go for it. Tell me a bit about yourself.
So I'm Antonia. I am a permanent makeup artist. I started that first, and then I delved into skin treatment and all things brows.
You love your brows, don't you?
I love my brows, yeah.
Yes. And so my brows. Did you do my brows or my lips, or just my lips?
I did your lips, didn't
yes.
I? I think your lips, yeah.
Yeah, no, fantastic permanent makeup artist. So brows is your thing then. Brows is what gets you excited.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So Lisa, hi Lisa, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I own Honey Sage Holistic Therapies. I'm a complementary therapist, which includes reflexology, various forms of massage, aromatherapy, and I do facials, and I'm just about to complete a beauty course as well.
Wow,
which
so
I'm about to bring in.
Busy in lockdown then.
Yeah, you've got to turn the worry into a focus. Otherwise, I'd go nuts.
Love it, love it. So let's just kind of go back, because if we think about when this first started happening, so back March, April time, obviously it was a complete shock to everybody. But how was your first, Antonia? How was you in them for that first month of you being able to treat clients?
I was a mess. I'm not even going to lie. I was all over the place with the worry of when we were going to reopen, what it meant for my job, my career, my passion, what I was going to do to fill the time. I think the only thing that got me through was the fact that it was sunny in them first few weeks. I was just all over the place, and then I just had to turn my attention to something else. So I started doing some courses, and just to pass the time, really.
Yeah, I think it really did hit everybody really hard, and I think it made us realize that we are vulnerable. Would you agree with that, Lisa? It kind of just focused. All the attention was like, oh shit, if you touch people and rely on touching people for money, you're screwed.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And it just meant I also started with the courses to advance what I already had. But it's enabled me to start product development on holistic versions of what people use in everyday life, skincare and things like that. So
yeah, it's good. I think we've all gone through it. When we look at all the lockdowns, I think we'd all be lying if we didn't say that we had a few weeks or a few months or a few days of completely feeling sorry for ourselves, being very depressed about the situation, and literally just thinking, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore, and coming into ourselves. And I think, I'm a very positive person, but even I had that moment of, I'm screwed.
Yeah, and especially this third lockdown, that really got to me. That really got to me, because I'd actually opened up my treatment room. I'd actually got my treatment room, and I'd opened up, and I was doing really, really well. Yeah. And it was just like, it was gutting, absolutely gutting.
Yeah, so I think it's very interesting, the 3 lockdowns though, because the first lockdown was almost denial that it was happening, and just thinking, you know what, I just need to get through 8 weeks, just need to get through. And the second lockdown was when people started getting shit done and started thinking, okay, I can't focus. I need to focus on my earnings and how I can earn money and do more. And started putting out loads of value. The Facebook was filled with so many fantastic people in the industry giving value and knowledge and really trying. And then the third lockdown, everyone's already gone back to, fuck it, I've give up. Have you noticed that?
Definitely. But you can't give in.
No.
I felt defeated, but I'm stubborn, and there were no way I was giving in. Absolutely no way.
The same. Definitely wasn't letting this break me. I love my job too much. I love what I do, and I wasn't gonna let COVID get in the way of that.
And I always say that. See, I don't know whether you guys listened to one of my podcasts a few months ago. I only had really a few days of worry, and then I was straight on it, because I had my goals of what I wanted to do. So I didn't have many days of feeling sorry for myself, I'm not going to lie. But years ago, I had a business, I had a beauty salon, and I refused to adapt. So way back then, I don't really hear the podcast, but Facebook came out, and I'm like, we don't need Facebook. Who needs Facebook? Don't need Facebook. Passing trade is enough. We're passing trade, and I blatantly refused to adapt. And looking back now, that is why my business failed, because I refused to get creative. I refused to reinvent myself. And I think this is the big problem with any industry, is that people don't evolve. They just sit on what they do and think, well, that's it. I earn my money. And I think it's all about evolving in our industry. So going on to, obviously, you guys have been following for some time, but you guys saw, so Antonia first, you saw the 5-day accelerator. What was you thinking when you first saw that? What headspace was you in, and what made you think, you know what, let's try this?
Well, I was thinking myself, what can I do to be able to push my business without touching people, without actually being able to do my job? And then I seen that you were offering the 5-day accelerator, and I thought, you know what, this might be something to give me a kick up the bum. It'll be something to possibly something that I was thinking of, but didn't know how to go around it to make things happen. So I thought, no, definitely I'm going to try it, and I'm so thankful that I did.
Awesome. And I think as well, it's we also do spend a lot of time and money on doing training courses, learning different trades, but sometimes you just need to learn how to run a business or learn how to actually get seen in a business, don't you? And I think that's why this has worked so well. So what about you, Lisa? When you saw that pop up, I know you commented quite a lot in the early days. What was your thoughts?
I thought, well, you've got to make yourself visible, haven't you? You've got to, I didn't want anyone to forget me. So it was finding ways where you could still be somewhere in people's mind, whether you pop up on Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
Being able to interact with people, because if I hadn't have done the 5-day accelerator, there'd be no way I were doing lives.
Yeah, that's good.
It pushes you out of your comfort zone, and it makes you realise if you don't adapt and flow, you're not going to get anywhere.
And it's interesting what you say about being seen, because what I've seen in this lockdown has actually surprised me, because there's a lot of people that have just come off from the business. You know, they're not doing anything, they're not giving any value and knowledge to the clients, and it's quite selfish when you look at it realistically. It's very selfish. So we've had these clients paying us our wage for years, and then the moment that we can't earn a direct time for money wage from them, we go quiet. And it's kind of like, well, wait a minute, those clients have been there for you, paying your wage for all these years, and now you're going to be quiet and not be seen. And I think it's quite a selfish thing to do, because then, like, now everybody's posting, booking with me, I'm back open again. Okay, yeah, I want your money now, come back. And it's like, where was you these 6 months? Why haven't you been giving your clients something? And the danger of not doing that is these clients are then getting targeted by people like us, because we are offering alternatives, we're offering value, and these clients starting to think, oh, you know what? She actually knows a hell of a lot more than I think my technician knows, because she's on Facebook, because she's visible. And I've looked at that and thought, you know what? It has actually made me think that it's all about the money with some people. That's shocked me in this lockdown, definitely.
Yeah, and I think it's for me, it's about your clients. If you don't take care of your clients, you're going to lose them.
Yeah.
So I want my clients to think, do you know what? I could go to such and such, but Lisa gives me X, Y, and Z, and I'd rather stick with her.
It's giving your clients that extra value and that extra knowledge, giving them free. You know, I'm not just saying free products. You know, I don't give anything free away, but I'll go live every week and give them free value about an ingredient or about what this does, and just being there. Because then what will happen is every time they think of something, or they're having a conversation with somebody about skin, they'll be like, oh, that girl Essjay, she knows her shit. And then they will then reach out to you. And I think that's what's important. I think people sometimes spend too much time trying to get new blood. And I don't think it's about getting new blood. I think it's about really nurturing your avatar and nurturing what you've got. Because if your client comes to you for eyebrows, Antonia, that's what you do a lot of. If they come to you for eyebrows, they will buy skincare from somewhere else. They will buy eyelashes from somewhere else. They will be seeking online advice for different things. So if you can still be known for eyebrows, but if you're then giving them free value about other stuff, they'll just come to you. They'll then be your raving fans. That's what it's about.
100%. Even though brows literally are my passion, I love skin as well. I've suffered with my skin myself, so I understand, especially with having to wear masks nowadays. the mask knit. I get that people are suffering, and I have had clients message me asking for advice on, because they know I do skin, they know I know my stuff, so asking what I would recommend, whether they buy it from myself or elsewhere. At least I can tell them the ingredients and my at-home facial kits as well. There's different things that a lot of them have purchased that they probably wouldn't have actually had that treatment had they not been in lockdown, but now they've been like, oh well, what else do you offer to help me feel better about myself?
Yeah, the clients are still there. That's what people are forgetting. The clients are still there. The clients need us more now than ever. And you know, we are Facebook online is such a busy high street. I think of it as a really busy high street of therapists. And if you're not standing on the roof of that salon shouting, then they're going to go elsewhere. You can't just sit in your salon and wait for them to come to you. So going back to the accelerator, obviously there's 5 days, there's 5 different kind of tasks. What did you find, come to you, Antonia, first, what did you find the most, the hardest out of them 5 days?
I definitely found going live hard. I'm quite a shy, reserved person. I'm one-to-one, I'm not, but putting myself out there is definitely not me. So I really found that difficult, and it was a massive, massive deal for me to overcome that and do lives. And now I'm doing lives, reels, blinking TikToks, all sorts. But yeah, so it definitely was the hardest for me to go live, I think.
Yeah. How do you find it live now? Obviously, the first few times, how do you find it now? Are you feeling more confident?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not feeling like I'm wanting to be sick anymore. No, it's really not as big of a deal anymore. I'm still a little bit nervous just in case I can't get my words out, but no, it's definitely a lot easier now. Yeah,
and do you find clients are reaching out more to you because you're going live?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
So it's working, definitely. Yeah. What about you, Lisa? What did you find the hardest?
Definitely the lives. Definitely the lives. They frightened the life out of me. Honestly, they did. And I still get a little bit nervous, but it's not as bad. It's nowhere near as bad. Yeah. And as you're going on with your lives, I'm talking to more and more people who are actually on my work page, talking to people. You get new interactions constantly.
Yeah.
And they just love the information. They love the fact that you're there and they can talk to you. They can see what you're doing. They can join in with what you're doing. For example, I did a gua sha treatment and I had people joining in and stuff like that and people watching. And I never thought for my first ever live I'd get over 200 views. So
brilliant. So let's talk about live. So what is it that is it the fear of saying something wrong? Is it you don't like looking at yourself? Is it because we can't fear the unknown because the unknown's not happened? That's what I always think. You know, when people say, "Oh, I fear the unknown," it's like, well, how can you fear something that you don't know is going to happen? You know, so that's how I look at it. But what is it? What is, Antonia, that makes you so scared of lives?
Oh, well, I'm an overthinker, so I think I'm scared of what people think. Like if anyone's actually going to watch it, if I muck up my words or say something daft, then it's live, it's out there, it's been said then. Yeah. So I think that's what scares me the most about it.
Yeah. But the thing is, what you need to think of that is not everybody will like you.
Yeah.
Not everybody will like you, not everybody will like your message. You will also have silent watchers. I am getting a lot at the moment, and I'm going to start blocking a few people because they'll just sit there in the background, wait for you to make one little small mistake or one little tiny spelling error, and then they'll be on you. You can't please everybody. And the thing is, you don't want to please everybody because if everybody was a client of yours, then you wouldn't need to be going live, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't need everybody. It's just them select amount of people that you do need. Now I get told a lot that, you know, some people say I swear too much on lives. I'm quite abrupt. I just say it as it is. Some people love that, but some people don't like that. The people that don't like that will never be clients of mine, and that's fine. They'll go to somebody who's not like that. So I think if you can get out your head that, you know what, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. If they don't like me, don't watch me next week. I'm here for the people that do like me as a person. And then once you realise that, you will then stay true to yourself as well. and then that's when you'll be more relatable. So I think that's a good thing to take from it. So yeah, what about you, Lisa? Is it a similar type of thing as well, the fear of what people are going to think?
Yeah, or screwing up what's going to come out your mouth, or just freezing, because that the first one I did on the accelerator page, that first little tiny one we had to do was part of the accelerator. I was just like, I don't know what else to say now, and I think he even apologized. But yeah, but you do sort of quickly start getting over that.
Yeah, but it just shows you're real. You know, having them vulnerabilities is fine. It really is not a big deal. It just shows you're a real person. So the 5-day accelerator, we have obviously the motivation and mindset. We have the going live. We have the avatar, niche, and planning in the thing. So how do you find out the mindset and motivation? Do you find that you start your day a little bit differently now, and you've got a clear focus on the day ahead?
Yes, definitely. No more scrolling for 20 minutes before I do anything, because I get up early anyway, because I'm up before everyone.
Yeah.
So no scrolling, pint of water before I start anything.
Yeah.
So decent healthy breakfast.
Yeah.
For a change.
It's just little things that we know we all be doing, you know, but you know, we all just get on our phone and scroll away, and then before you know it, we're jealous of this person, and someone's not messaged us back, and then we're just in our head. So do you find you start your day differently now, Antonia?
Yeah, to be honest, I was quite good in the sense that I'm not really a big scroller. I look very active on my socials, but I'm not really sat there scrolling, just because I found myself that I did used to do that, and then I wasn't getting anything done, and I wasn't motivated, I wasn't concentrating on me. So I didn't do that. But I'm definitely, if I'm sat there feeling like I'm not doing anything, then I'll definitely find something to do that'll benefit me or my business or something that'll make me feel better, rather than just, I don't know, procrastinating and just sitting there doing nothing.
Exactly. So we go into like avatar as well. So obviously, have you ever looked at people that are watching? Avatar is basically finding your perfect client, so figuring out exactly who you are selling to. Have you ever looked at that in your business, or have you just thought, well, I do eyebrows, I'll just promo eyebrows, I do holistics, I'll just promo that? Or have you actually now really got a clear focus of that client?
Yeah, I've definitely zoned in on, especially like say on my Instagram, what I want to target and who I want as like my ideal client. I've definitely focused more on, rather than being dead sporadic, definitely zoned in on different things that I do want to advertise. Obviously still do all my treatments, but which ones will be more ideal and things like that. So it's definitely made me more aware of that, rather than just being here, there, and everywhere.
Marketing, doesn't it? It makes it so easy to market yourself, because you know exactly, if you can put it like my avatar is my avatar for my aesthetics and beauty is pretty much me, you know. So I know exactly what message I want to put across, because I'm thinking of that person all the time. So then you end up not being too generic. If you're too generic, you're boring. So do you find that as well, Lisa? Have you really honed in on your avatar and you know exactly who you're selling to?
Yeah, it's enabled me to be able to target my intended clientele more. Do you see what I mean? Froze on the live again. Well, yeah, you can just be more defined, and you know, bring your scent in and find the people that you know are actually going to be interested in what you've got, what you do, and you're probably going to see them walk through the door when we can have his doors open again.
Yeah, definitely. And what about your niche? Because I know, Antonia, you struggle to niche it down, because you do, obviously similar to myself, you do permanent makeup and then you do your skin aesthetics. So to niche it down is quite difficult. What have you found that you've done that now?
Yeah, so I think I've niched it down. Like everyone, I'm probably known more for permanent makeup and brow treatments. However, like I said, skin I definitely love. So I've kind of like niched, not advertising all the time of each individual million treatments that I offer. Just advertise like, permanent makeup, or I can make your brows better, or I can help you with your skin in this aspect, and not say, right, I do a post of like chemical peels and then dermaplane and then this and then that. I've definitely zoned it down.
And you've also, as well, you've brought out a brow product, so you've brought out a retail product. So is that something that you're going to try and leverage more and think of other, you know?
Yeah, I think
because that's where we can make more money in this industry, you know, doing home care stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's where I want to branch out eventually. It's definitely on my plan for the future. But yeah, I was super excited. And to be honest, I've got yourself to thank for that, Essjay, for having to think of what else can I bring out and what's everyone else doing. So let me get on that and bring out my own products as well. So I'm really excited about that.
You know, if you just focus on brows, you've got your brow products, you've got brow tutorials. People don't necessarily want to come to a salon, or people can't afford to come to a salon. So how can you create like some little online classes, you know, little cheap online people can download, learn how to do your own laminated version of a brow. You know, there's so many things that you can do without touching people. And I think this is where people forget the knowledge that we've got. We are frigging skilled people. You know, we spend a lot of time training, and what really gets me is we do all our training in the early days, and then we do more courses, and as we go along, those courses don't necessarily earn us more money. They just move the money from one to another. So if you actually look at any extra course we've done to expand our price list, let's say, are we earning extra money from that? And we're probably not, because we have to put in more time to do that. So by focusing on your niche, you've established ways that you can use that one thing you're already skilled in to leverage that and to actually put in some downloadable or online or subscriptive content to then earn more money. And that's the future of the industry, and that is where we're going to be separated, you know. And you guys, I'm so confident that you're going to be separated from the norm, definitely. It's exciting. So what about you, Lisa, then? Obviously with your niche, have you kind of discovered different ways to, you know, earn money without touching people? What have you thought of?
Yes, well, because I work with as the body as a whole, and it's holistic and it's natural treatments, natural products. I've developed certain products that are based around that, but they still incorporate what I do. So the gua sha is a type of massage on the face, but we're using tools, and I personally make the products for people to use.
Lovely.
So yeah, they're quite popular, to be fair. At the minute.
Teach people how to do their home version. You know, people can't come into the clinic. And the thing is, as well, is if you've got, you know, you may have people that can't travel. This is what I say to people, because a lot of people are saying, well, when I can open, they can come again. It's like, well, what about single mums? What about older people that don't drive? There's so many people that actually haven't got the time to actually come to clinic. So if I wanted to have regular treatments, there's only 3 days a week I don't have children where I can go out and have a treatment at night time. But yet if somebody was online with me, if I could download something to do my own eyebrows at home, or to learn how to do nails, I think nails is a massive market, and there's a lot of nail technicians that are not leveraging what they do. If I could go online and learn how to do a perfect manicure and stuff, and not try and do it myself, and try and, you know, get into clinic or just make it up as I go along, I would do that. You know, I had a really interesting chat with a hairstylist who did loads of put-up hairstyles, and she's like, oh yeah, but I need them in the clinic, and da-da-da-da. And we started talking about men. Now, there's so many single dads out there. There's so many men out there that have their girls, they have their kids, and they can't do a fucking ponytail. My ex being one, they look like they've been dragged through a hedge backwards. How about an online training program, 10 simple or 5 simple hairstyles, and niching it down for single dads? Single dads, learn how to do your daughter's hair. You pay 30 quid, click, you download it, you buy it, you get it out on Facebook, you teach it, and you only have to put in the content once. And she's like, that's a really good idea. I'm like, that's a freaking amazing idea. Get on it. And that's the importance of niching it down. So you've not only niched it to putting up hairstyles, you've niched it down to single men to put their daughter's hair in a bun. And I'm like, get on it. If I could do hair, I'd do that as well. Clearly, but I can do hair. I'm very good at hair. So the course as a general then, so the whole, obviously it's a 5-day course. The reason why I'm doing this live now is because I'm launching again on Monday. For anybody else, people have already opted in, but I'm launching again on Monday. So Antonia, how do you feel? Obviously, we do the course in your own time, so you don't have to go live or anything like that as you do the course. But how did you feel the course in whole? How was it, and what has it done for you? And where do you think, if you didn't do the course, where do you think you would have been right now?
If I didn't do the course, I think I would still just be plodding along, feeling a bit sorry for myself, not knowing what direction to go in, because it's such an eye-opener. It really does motivate you to push yourself to do things at your comfort zone, to really think about your business and actually work out what's going to be best for it. Like you said, with your avatar, with your niche, I just think it's so beneficial. So otherwise, I don't think I would have done half of what I've done this year if I hadn't have done the course.
And you only did it, what is that?
Yeah.
2 months ago? So in 2 months, that's it?
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. What about you, Lisa?
I just found it just gave me so much more focus on my business, the planning for your future and your goal setting for the long term. You just start with I've just started with my plan, and it's just as I'm going, it's more defined. My diary's defined, so I've got X amount of time, X day. That's where you're planning on that product, researching what works best, butters wise, for example, or something. Just building the big picture, building your big business baby. But it gets you excited. Yeah. It gets you excited for what you're going to build, what you're going to have.
Yeah, you start to realise, and that's the thing with goal setting. You know, we tend to have our goals in here, but we don't actually document them. We don't write them down. We don't have a vision statement, a vision board. We just think, oh yeah, I want to do that. But by having it written down, you've made yourself accountable. Like I said, it's all about accountability. You put it down on paper, and then you put it into your diary, and then you know you have to do that on that day. Then every time you're doing it, you're one little step closer towards them long-term goals. And it completely gets you out of the rat race, because we are suckers for just being in the rat race of beauty. Time for money, time for money, time for money. And we don't look at the bigger picture, you know, and it's crazy. You know, this is the thing in business. In life, we plan everything. We plan parties, occasions, nights out. We start planning a birthday party. We do all the build up to that occasion till the day. Why don't we do it in business? Why do we just plod?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
Absolutely crazy. So any words of wisdom or advice for anybody that have been watching this thinking, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to do the accelerator, is it for me? Any tips that you could give them just to, you know, give them a bit of inspiration?
Bite the bullet and do it, because you won't regret it. You won't regret it. And it's free.
Yeah,
it's free.
Yeah, exactly. It's free, and you can do it in your own time. Essjay's there on hand if you need her for anything. The little catch-up video after you've completed it is just a godsend. I just can't recommend it enough. If you think you need a little push, definitely get on it. And it's free, like you say. You're not losing out even if you don't enjoy it, which I don't think you will, because I really enjoyed it. You're not losing out anything, so you're only going to gain and benefit.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. So what's the future hold for you guys in terms of working on your business? What are your, not necessarily treatments and services you can offer, but how are you going to continue to work on your business and keep up this momentum?
Well, stick to my plan.
Yeah.
Stick to my plan. I'm going into tutoring as well. That's going to start next year. Bringing it all in, because I just believe in what I do. Yeah. And I want more people to do it.
Love it. Love it. Awesome. What about you, honey, Antonia?
Yeah, definitely for me, again, follow my plan. Definitely researching about a new product. It's just keep sticking to the plan, keeping focused, always referring back to your niche and just the current trends, like you say, with moving with the times, making sure you're keeping up with definitely the lives, like reels at the minute, TikTok.
Yes.
That is just blown up. Look how much it's like blown up the past year. So definitely just keeping focused.
Definitely. And I think, don't you find that now you know what you want to do, there's so much to do? Like if you rewind 3 months ago, you'd be like, what am I going to do today? Obviously, but like right now, you've got all these ideas. Obviously, sometimes it can be a bit too much, hence why you have to document them and plan them and get these goals in your diary. But don't you think there's always loads, when you're working on your business, there's so much to do?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I'm definitely not just sat there twiddling my thumbs anymore.
Yeah. See, I think to myself, when we actually can bring clients again, I don't think I'm going to have the time. I'm not going to lie. I don't have the time to work on my business. This is what I will stress to both of you and anybody else watching this is if you are having days in your diary to work on your business, that is more important than a £300 treatment or a 50 quid treatment. You still have to make time to work on your business because too many people work in it. And then what will happen is you'll be then back in that rat race, your goals have then gone, and you're just time for money exchange again. We're looking at our 5, 10, 20-year goals. That's what we're looking at. So you need to still make sure that when the doors open and we can work again, you have that full day or that full 2 days of business, creation, reinvention, and goals. And I'll stress that to you too, because it'll be so easy when you've got somebody ringing up saying, I want the eyebrows done today, and you're like, 300 quid. No, I'm not doing it. Come in next week. It's fine. So words of advice, don't do it. Awesome. Right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Stay on. I'll chat with you after I cut off this live. But anybody watching, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this interview, then like I say, go back and watch listen to the podcast. But yeah, the registration is now. You can pre-register right now for the 5 free business accelerator. And like I say, it is something to do in your own time. I do bombard you every day with a task, but if you get behind on a day, it's not a problem. You can follow up the day after. But it is a really good thing, like these girls have said, to give you a real good kick up the backside and just get them plans in action, really. So Antonia and Lisa, thank you so much. You are superstars, and I am so excited to actually see where your businesses are going to be in a year and 5 years. I'm pretty excited for that, and I hope you are too.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you.